Uh, Hello, it is June 2nd of 2025, and it has been a while since I've done a video or given an update on the van. So I wanted to take a few minutes today and do that. It's a beautiful day here in Middle Georgia, and so I'll just do a quick walk around and show you all what I've done since the last video. We put this tire carrier on the back, but it is not actually going to carry a tire. It is going to be the platform that the air conditioner sits on, and it's gonna be about yay tall and yay wide, and there'll be a hole drilled through the door where the piping will come in, and then the actual unit will hang on the door. And piping, most of it will be coiled up here inside the door, and the power will plug into the power box over here. Now this will be a bit of a unorthodox setup. Most people will put their air conditioner on top. We decided not to do that because we wanted to maximize the space up top for solar panels, which is what we did. So I'll raise this up and hopefully get high enough without climbing up on the ladder. And so we put 4 200-watt panels up there, and then the max air fan for ventilation. So that'll provide a lot of juice, and you can see the wires that have come through the roof. I've just got tucked up in there for now. I'm building the extruded aluminum boxes for the power assembly, and then on this side for the water assembly. As you can see, got the interior pretty well insulated. There'll be more, but this has come along pretty good. Also have installed 3 windows, the left and right bunk windows, and then one up behind the driver's seat. We got half of the flooring in. This isn't the final top of the floor. There'll be where people walk, there'll be a different 1/4 inch of something. Basically the floor is 1x1 aluminum. See if I can get this down a little bit. 1x1 aluminum rails that I've cut and spaced as joists. And then I put in some insulation between them. This sheets of this simple 1-inch pink stuff that's sitting between the joists. And then the 3/4 inch Baltic birch plywood is screwed to the aluminum joists on the floor. And eventually, of course, the floor will go all the way to the back of the seats. Still struggling with the bit of the bathroom configuration, so that's why the rest of the floor isn't done yet. We're going to fasten I think it's called Luan plywood using panel fasteners to the frame in each one of these general frames, covering up all the insulation. And it's about that thick, and then we put a little layer of foam that we'll put on there to keep it from squeaking and to provide a little more insulation. And I was experimenting with different types of fasteners and different hole sizes. I think this is the one we've settled on, and that way we can just pop off these panels, and if we want to, paint them or put a fabric covering on them, we can do that at a later date if we so desire. Anyway, the inside's coming along really good. I even shoved some insulation under this head panel, and it's coming along nicely. Outside is pretty much done at this point. I think there's only one more hole I'll have to drill, which is going to be right about here for the 30-volt power outlet on the inside. But other than that, apart from one other major thing I'll talk about presently, the outside is ready to go. Now, the outside thing that remains is a problem that Ford created. When Ford designed this special variant of their transit vans, they did a lift and they put on these extra large tires. Well, they screwed up because this pinch weld here will, under specific circumstances, rub into the tire. So Ford issued a recall. And what they want to do is take the big tires off and put little tires on, the regular transit van tires, which are significantly smaller. course, it'll make the van look like crap, aesthetically anyway. So what I'm going to do, or try to do, is what these van upfitters have suggested and has been done before on these vans, is to actually fold this pinch weld over, fold it back, and then trim off a little bit of the bottom, a little bit of plastic, and move the mud flap bracket back, or remove it all together. And that will give the larger tires enough clearance to, deal with any weird corner cases where the pinch weld might rub. Heavy load, downhill, turning at a certain angle. That's the case. Anyway, so that's going to be a bit of a pain to do. Ford will not give people the big tires when they put the small tires on. I don't know why they say they have to destroy them. I'm sure it's for legal and liability purposes. But anyway, I'm going to try to not give up my tires and still mitigate the potential issue. Needless to say, there are a lot of transit owners that bought this particular variant that are a little upset about how this has all come down. Anyway, that's a lot of times staring at a tire and wheel well. I just wanted to explain that a little bit. Here's the nice outside window. There will be a bench inside that a person can sit on, and there'll be a seat belt in case they want to go for a ride. But other than that, that is where we are today. The next steps are finishing the floor, putting the 5 wall panels up. I want to get the electrical done sometime soon so that the AC can run while I'm working here during the heat of the summer. Hopefully that's the plan anyway. It's taken a lot longer than I had hoped, but that's the way it is. And that's all for today, and talk to you next time.